Hi, this is Jason Hyman with Schmidt Custom Floors, Athletic Flooring Manager. I'm here today to talk to you guys about some cleaning procedures and tips, troubleshooting, and some things that we do for cleaning gymnasiums.
What I'm going to do is essentially show you the process we use, whether we do a cleaning demonstration, whether we do a screen and coat, a clean and coat, or just any kind of maintenance. It's the process we use as a company, right? It's pretty elementary, but the idea is to get it done quick, efficient, not use a lot of product, and not sell anything. So what I'm showing you here today, you pretty much can get anywhere you want, right? So I'm going to show you essentially the products we deal with. I'll bring them over there. What I always recommend pretty much any size gym is an empty 5-gallon bucket. If you're a maintenance company coming in, I would suggest if you have an area where stuff can be set, where it's your stuff that's here, you have an empty gallon bucket. Probably most situations, it's situational too, on how much of maintenance needs to be done to this regard, based on what factors. Are you walking directly in from outside? Do you have good rugs? If a person has a rug, for example, we try to get it where a person has 2 steps per foot before they're on the floor. But it makes a difference where you're coming from. If you have to walk a half football field to get into the gym, chances are it's not going to accumulate as much as the gym where it's inside lobby gym, right? And those are the places that accumulate a lot quicker. So your products are an empty 5-gallon bucket, not brand conscious, and water to start with. And we like to say keep a bucket half full, and that should last you roughly, with a normal sized gym, about a week, right? And we use a process called wet tacking using towels. These towels are about $1.50. They're from Walmart. You can get them wherever you want. The most important thing, though, is that they're not heavy nap. If you have a nice thick towel, it's great if you get out of the shower, but that's not what we're trying to accomplish. We want a real thin nap on purpose in this setting so that it allows you to go across the floor easily, right? The next component, and I'm going to show you, because this floor has a Bonachemi finish on it, I'm showing you Bonachemi's version of neutral cleaner, pH 7 cleaner. There is no partiality on this, okay? You can use the cleaning company. If you're in with 3M or use a particular company, it's okay. The things that are subtle differences, though, some of them have quicker drying agents. So if you need to clean at halftime and you want that floor to be dry quicker, make sure you ask the manufacturer what you're using. Bona does a good job of getting the product to dry fast, right? And then the last component is a 3-foot push broom with a pretty heavy-duty handle. The thinner handles will sort of bow or bend on you a little bit. And a soft bristle broom. It's really important. This one has a little stiffer in the middle, but at minimum, you want to have soft, at least on the outsides. And you'll see why in a second. So what I tell people, in a typical cleaning day, we're used to using the dust mop, right? So what I'm going to represent, I'm going to take the dust mop, and I'm going to pretend, no matter the length of the gym, right? I'm going to go up and down like I normally would with the dust mop, and then I'm going to go behind it using the cleaning method we use as contractors, all right? And you're going to see the process I deal with, and we can ask some questions maybe after, all right? So traditionally, we're all familiar with the dust mop, regardless of the brand. We're familiar with dust mop treatments, right? And it holds a good value in any gymnasium when you have a lot of stuff to get. You have an event, there's cups or anything that's under a bleacher set, you want to get a lot done quickly. Or time is of the essence and you just got to get it done now, right? So I'm going to represent, we'll pretend, no matter the length of the gym, this is important, we're going to pretend half court's the end of the gym, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up. Obviously, you know what I'm doing. I'm not teaching you how to use a dust mop here, but it's important that it was done before I show you what I'm doing. All right? Which comes into the process. you come into the gym as a contractor or the school, you'll take your 5-gallon bucket, and this is in the closet now where your stuff is. You'll take your neutral cleaner. No matter the brand, this is extremely important. Over-mixing does harm, does not do you good. So if a customer says that it's not working well, more cleaner will actually do a worse job, right? I have case examples of pretty high-end Division I basketball teams in the immediate area that have used the cleaner straight, thinking that they were doing a better job, and it was like an ice rink. So it's extremely important. If you run out of cleaner, you could use water, but it's obviously recommended to use the cleaner with the water, right? This particular product in a 5-gallon concentrate is an 8-to-1 ratio. It's good to have some sort of method, but I've done it enough that I'm just going to pour some in for sake of example. So you would do this again in your maintenance closet. Okay, so you walked out from your maintenance closet. This is about 8,500 square foot gym. You're going to use maybe 7-8 towels total. Okay, you walk out, you have clean towels, and you're going to come out and you're going to put your bucket in the most conducive area in the middle of the gym to where the best spot is in and out for you when you're done, right? So you pick what side that is, of course. Okay, take your towel. It works best, I know this is kind of elementary, it works best if it's folded because it squeezes out a lot easier. Now, as neutral cleaner, a question may be, do I need to wear gloves? Is it hurting stuff in your hands? Neutral cleaner, I like to use the analogy, if I took this and spilled it all over myself right now, and it was my favorite shirt, it's not going to hurt it, right? That's not to say, because I'm on camera here, that you might not have a problem chemically somewhere there, but I've never had a problem with it. So it's very non-abrasive from a chemical standpoint, right? So straightforward, dip it in the water. And I'm going to wring that out all the way. Now, the reason why I say half a bucket is even if this was 20,000 square feet, you're using very little of this cleaner. Never put a dirty towel back in the cleaner, right? So that's sort of the process, so that when you get done, over the course of a week, maybe you'd have to change out your cleaner again, but that's situational based on how many times you have to do this. It may last you a month, and there's a lot of schools that little bit I use will last a month, which makes it a very cheap and inexpensive process. So I'm going to start here, but I'm going to pretend that we're starting at the wall, right? But there's some obstructions. I'm going to start here. And this is where process comes into play. Take my broom, and I just start a little bit, and I want to step on it so my shoes aren't dirty. A good note, a lot of people will say, how abrasive can I be if I have marks, right? If I want to get marks out. Pretty much any finish, urethane oil modifieds, urethane water-based, even acrylic urethane water-based finishes can take about 30 seconds of this kind of abrasive with this kind of towel before it'll do anything. And probably wouldn't do anything if you did it for 2 minutes. But I like to say about 30 seconds. So you don't have to bend over to do that. Of course, you don't want to do that all the time. But if you have a mark or a free throw lane or a concentrated area, you're really trying to do a good job, you can do that is the point, right? So I'm going to take the towel. Why do we like this? Yeah, it's 3 feet. I'm not doing a whole lot. But I don't have to be a pack mule to do the job either. It's really simple. I'm not going to slip on where it's wet. So I'm going to go all the way to the end of the gym, but I'm going to pretend that this is all the way. Okay? I'm going to turn around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back on that towel. And I'm going to reveal the reason why floors are slippery. Okay? Which is the surface dust that accumulates that simply takes way too much time to put your scrubber on it every single day. Right? And we happen to be in a gym that has very little outside traffic and a lot of room before you get in here. I just dust mopped the floor, and you can see what I picked up with little to no work, literally. So I came down, I pull back, so I have a new line. Some products that are made, for example, you pull behind you, you can get 10 feet done maybe in one swipe. The problem is, when you turn, you're pulling on the same dirt line. This is why this is important, in my opinion, because now I have a brand new line to my towel. I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn. And you want to see this through the whole towel so you can see where I'm coming from. I'm going to pull back again on the towel. So I went all the way down to the end of the gym again. I'm going to turn. And this is where process is key. I started with the bucket on the side I wanted. I went down, turned, down, turned, down. Now I'm going to flip the towel over. Okay? So this bucket's in the way, but pretend it's the wall. I'm going to turn again, pull back. So as you see, I essentially could do this without the dust mop. And it doesn't take much longer than using the dust mop, if I wanted. Right? So herein lies the process that's critical. Time's of the essence, right? Okay. I went down, back, down. I flip my towel. I come down, back, down. Towel shot. But I'm right next to my cleaner. I grab another towel. I do it again. And I leave the towel against the wall. I grab another towel. I do it again. I leave it there. When I'm all done, I'm going to start where I want to finish at. I'm going to go all the way around in a picture frame and push all the towels to that door. Right? And that's essentially what we use as a process. I think it's easy, efficient, doesn't sell anything.